I'm assuming a little bit more, I'm sorry. It's all taking time. Yo, there I think it's a little bit more. I don't know if that makes a lot of difference, but yeah, he did a little bit good. I'm not sure who I'm drawing. I've said this many times that when I don't know what to draw, I let the pose decide who I'm drawing. Sometimes I feel that the pose is like, well, that's kind of like a Spider-Man pose. And behold, we have a Spider-Man or something like that. This is how I draw, mainly by like, the arm is like 3 big bubbles, more or less. But this doesn't feel like a Spider-Man, so we will not make him a Spider-Man, right? This is more like a Wolverine, but I feel we've done a lot of Wolverines. Hey, basement, thank you. The Mask. Who is The Mask? Are we talking about the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey? Is that The Mask we're talking about? Because there's only a mask. It's like, if you understand what I mean, it's like just a mask, nothing else, nothing more. He does feel like a Wolverine, this guy. I felt like I've done him a lot. Not lately, to be honest. I've done a lot of OC lately. I enjoy doing my OCs. And those are my own characters. That's always a lot of fun to do. But if we do Mr. Wolverine without the mask though, and with a lot of shadows have faced, without the mask he has all this hair all over the place. And this crazy hairdo, right? you're not crazy, you need to get yourself a crazy barber. Because why not? We're going to make him bar-breasted because he is like an animal, right? I think it's something like that. Mighty interesting. Yay or nay? Yeah, that's the Mr. Basement. Hey, Mr. Basement. I feel that's a song, right? Yeah, it is Wolverine. I felt I wasn't planning to do him, but here he is nonetheless. He just came in and took over the whole session. It's not polite, right? It's been what I've been saying all along. I feel that these characters like Wolverine and Sabretooth, they look more animalistic when you make the eyes all black like I'm doing them now. It's going to be hairy. Yeah, that's kind of a modern hairdo. Like I say, you need a crazy guy who cuts your hair. There, now we have a face. A face only a mother could love. Put some shadow under the chin, we will give him more shadows. I'm going old school with this guy. John Byrne, when he took over the mantle of the X-Men way back in the days, he decided to make Wolverine more animalistic. Even without his suit. So he decided to give him lots of hair, almost like fur, but it was hair, so it was something unique and something new in the comic book industry, doing something like that. You never showed body hair, ever. Except for hair and mustache and this kind of stuff though, but first time we got to see a really hairy dude. Because it wasn't fur, because it was like chest hair and arm hair and all that stuff. Let's see if we will make this claw look interesting. Hopefully. There. We have lots of outlines, so let's clean him up. See if we can see. Well, thank you, Basement. I'm gonna call you Basement only now. I really appreciate them kind words. Hey, Wen. Welcome, Wen. Welcome, Kitten Sketches. Now, to be honest, I'd like to have this kind of a hairdo. I think I'm gonna give him all that hair that like John Byrne gave him once. I feel he hasn't been depicted like that lately. I really like John Byrne's take on him. Yeah, we get some sound effects too, so you guys know. See, we need to go from this hand too. Them claws are big and heavy. Something like that, right? Let's get some bigger stuff, meaning when I say bigger stuff, I'm only talking about inks and pencils and stuff like that. So don't get your hopes up. There we have a little bit more shadows Of course, we will increase the shadows eventually, because yeah, he deserved it, this guy. Hey there, Steg Taxum. Thank you. Well, thank you, Kitten. Kitten Sketches. We'll let them pens work hard, right? Give them a little bit more. I mean, the shadows are on this side of the face, so we're going to make it a little bit darker, of course. Not too much on this side, but a little bit though. Let's continue the shadowing. Hello, Mr. Scott, welcome back. Hope you had a nice Monday. So does anybody here like Mondays? Yay or nay? To be honest, I don't like Mondays. But Monday's gone. I mean, we did Monday already. It's like over and done with. But for me, it's more like Sundays, the day before Mondays, they're like giving me the Monday ick. Maybe it's normal, I don't know. I will give him some effects in his eyes though, to make them look more feral. You need to look feral. Oh, Baseman, do you post your stuff, Baseman, so I can go in and check out Mr. Deadpool? If you give me that permission, of course. Some characters are always more interesting with a lot of shadows like this. It is what it is, my friends. I'm going to have to. I will make some homemade effects when it comes to his hair down here. he's one of my favorite characters of all time, I believe. It's a lot of questions about who is my favorite character, and I need to be honest and say that this might be it. This might be it, the ultimate. But he's been through a lot of changes. I'm not a big fan of who he's become or how people write them. The problem with Marvel, I think a lot of people feel it, is they change writers a lot, and then the writers start to write our favorite characters differently, and we're all going like, what happened? Then our favorite characters are like, they're acting out of character. Let's put it like that, right? We're being honest, but not too hard though. We could be harder, of course. There, he does have dark, fairly dark hair, so that's what I'm giving him. I'm sometimes out of frame, so have patience, because I always notice it like a week too late or something. I'm not a fast thinker. Oh really? Are you posting now? I'm gonna check it out. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, I see some animations. Did you do that animation? Basement dude. That looked cool. I want to make some animations too. That's one of my passions, animations, since I was a child. You know the problem I have with it today? I don't have any time for it. Life is too busy. That's the sad truth, but I would like to learn it. That is an old dream of mine. course, today we have AI and we have a lot of CGI and stuff, but I was like, as a child, I was fascinated by the old school animators, animation studios. There. It is the Wolverine. Yeah, the Wolverine. There, let's put some. Of course, we need to fix this part a little bit there. just a little bit. It's good to have them big white inks, kind of a deal. The claws behind here, I want to give them a little bit of shadow, so we understand that they're behind these claws. Let's give him some classical hair going down like so. Yeah, making his hair crazy long. I like it when it's like that. He feels more crazy. I mean, this character should be a bit crazy, or should I say more of a berserker, right? I haven't read, to be honest, Marvel nor X-Men in a long time, so I don't know what's going on there. They were an all-time favorite of mine once. I really enjoyed the X-Men comics. Of course, Wolverine had its own comic, but I don't know. I didn't like how they wrote him and what was happening in his life. I mean, he was like a small, strange dude, and then they started to like write him as like a leading man and handsome dude. I mean, he was always in love with Jean Grey and unhappy love. He fancied her from a distance, but then they started to write him like as she started to fancy him back, and I felt, well, that's not. They misunderstood the whole thing. I mean, I don't know, but I guess the fans want it like that, and the fans get what they want. But I felt that that wasn't the character, right? That's what I feel. He wasn't like that. He was this odd dude, always fighting with Cyclops, because Cyclops were more normal. has a cool hairdo. Yeah, Afro, it is Logan. The Logan. Yeah, I was just preaching that era, Afro. I was talking about Burn before, and how much I really liked that Wolverine and that X-Men and all that, and I felt that they changed Wolverine too much. I mean, I'm not a big fan of who he became later, but I like this John Byrne take, and I'm not going to do it though, but I like that John Byrne. I think he was the first one who gave any superhero a lot of body hair, and John Byrne went crazy with Wolverine and gave him a lot of body hair, and it wasn't supposed to be fur, to be clear, which is a lot of body hair. We're talking about carpet. Talking about carpets here, my dear friends. We're all going sneaked. Let's make his eyes furrow like so. And make his hair more, more crazy, sorry. Hello, Brad. How are you, man? Long time no see, Mr. Brad. And welcome back. Afro, I was just thinking about else when. I was just going to bring that up. I understand that they're planning to do else when canon because it was like fan fiction. Because the fans demanded it. And Mr. Byrne went along with it. Now I've seen some art. I need to be careful because I'm an artist myself. And I've seen art from Elsewhen. Of course, it's been all over the internet for a long time. I haven't read it, but the art that I saw, it wasn't like the same level as before. I didn't feel it like that. I mean, John Byrne is like one of my biggest inspirations, I should say, to be honest. But I don't know if he was in a hurry or whatever happened, but I felt that it wasn't the same John Byrne who made the old classics. I mean, reading the Phoenix Saga and all that stuff, it was different, man, that time. There. Wolverine looked like a Wolverine. Oh, maybe that's it. I was going to say that, Afro, that I feel also a lot of artists, to be honest, a lot of my favorites, when they change inkers or they start to ink by themselves, you start to see like that a lot of inkers do a lot of, they put more work in it than they should, maybe, because maybe their input that they're good inkers and artists makes the art better. So it's like, can't remember who John Byrne had as an inker. Was it the Green, maybe? I think it was a Green, or was it, what was his name? Williams? I can't remember. Can't remember the inker's name, but they work like a unit together, and if you lose one, the art is not the same. So maybe the inker perfected what John Byrne was very good at, I think. Okay, Afro, I understand. I feel that sometimes with the computer, when I ink, I never ink with a computer. I do it by hand like this because I enjoy it. But sometimes I fix some things with the computer. I work with Photoshop, just fixing stuff that I feel that I missed. Because after you inked, it's difficult to fix it. But I'm pretty sure that AI and all that stuff, people hate it. People will say that it will never be welcome and all. But I'm pretty sure that it will take over more and more. Sadly, but true. And that's just the way it's going to be. We will not be here to see it, maybe, if we're lucky, but it's the development. We're heading that way, my friends. There's not much we can do. There, Mr. Logan is doing well, I feel. I didn't draw him like this in a long time. I don't know why, but I when I was younger, let's put it like that, I really liked drawing Logan like this. Not only the poses and stuff, but I always liked the hairdo. And I always liked when he was feral and all that stuff. He's really interesting like that. Let's do like that, man. Okay, that's it. I'm poking his eyes all the time, poor dude. Yeah, I know, Afro. I was just saying he has a crazy barber, so cut us to the barber, right? Because John Byrne, when he made his hairdo at first, I remember it wasn't crazy like this though. It was a little bit like this. I mean, they stole it. I feel they stole the hairdo from, or of course they did. We always talk about them heroes from the DC from the future. We had a wolf dude there who I thought was very cool when I was young. And I think a lot of people felt he was very cool because they stole his look to like, when they were like unmasking Logan. DC had like everything first, right? We need to be clear that. We all need to be clear there, my friends. Timberwolf, there you go. And when Logan took off his mask, it was like Timberwolf under it. I mean, they had exactly the same hairdo. The only thing with Logan was that he was a tiny dude. He was really, really small. And he had a bad attitude, but I don't know too much about Timberwolf if he had the same attitude, but Timberwolf looked cool though, I remember. So that was a ripoff, and we all know it. Okay, my friends, that is it for today. I was going to give him all this hair, but I felt that now John Byrne did something original. I could do it, but I'm pretty sure it would look laughable. So we'll pretend that we just can't see the hair because of the distance. If we were closer, we will see all the hair on his back and his arm and his chest and everywhere. Oh, really? I don't know anything about Timberwolf, but I should sit down one day and read that comic, see what he's all about, that dude. He looks really interesting, as I said. And of course, John Byrne never did this kind of a claws. It was Frank Miller who made them look like katanas, which is a nice touch, I feel. It's like, why not make them look like katanas? But John Byrne never did that, just to be clear. No, I haven't seen him, Afro. I need to check it out. But we talked about it before, and we know that everything done in the 90s was crazy. So I can imagine how he looked. I mean, I have a clear picture of how he looked when I read him as a child, or the comics with Superboy joining that group in that period. But now, of course, in the 90s, everybody went crazy. All the superheroes and villains went crazy and looked crazy and all that stuff. Yeah, I can imagine that, Afro. I really can imagine him looking like a werewolf. Um, it would be cool for a character, but not for that character, because I always remember him as like how he looked when I was a child or so. But in the 90s, like I said, everybody looked crazy and were acting crazy. And I remember in the 90s, all the new stuff, new heroes. The first issue, they needed to fight Wolverine. That was kind of funny. You had like X-Men, all of them. As soon as somebody came out, or if Ghost Rider, the new Ghost Rider with Danny Ketch, something. In the first issue, you had Wolverine. It was hilarious. And Wolverine was in all the teams. He was crazy. Okay, my friends, I'm sad to inform that it's time for this old timer to hit the sack, as they say. See, I'm giving him some. I was giving him some what I felt was cool effects. Okay, my friends, that's it. I'm going to have to say good night because it's that time of the year. No, it's that time of the day. And hopefully see you guys tomorrow. It was Logan. I haven't done him in a long time. I've done him with the mask Wolverine because it's fun to do. But today we made him like this. Old school Logan. Looking angry because he didn't eat his medicine. Okay, my friends, that is it for this time. Kitten Sketches, thank you for the company, man. And Steak Texan too. Okay, my friends, I want to wish you all a good night. And let's see what happens tomorrow. It's a mystery. Thank you, Afro. Now, have a very good night, my friends, and let's see you guys tomorrow.